There's Jasmine.
Hi Dawn, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Is Dale in here?
No.
Oh, oh, okay.
So let me
No
tell him.
worries.
We are here, Dale. So how many classes are you taking?
I'm taking three classes.
Oh, three? That's not too bad, I
It's not
guess.
bad, no.
Yeah.
But I'm because of that I've been really involved with extracurriculars at school.
Uh-huh.
So I'm involved with three clubs. So it kind of
Oh,
balances out a little bit.
wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
It is, yeah, but it's nice.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi
hey.
Dale.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
Uh, I'm at the storage locker right now. Thank goodness
That's
it's only where
that's
it's only 3 blocks from where I'm staying, and kind of nice to get out of the condo because there's a little tension there. That's what I had. This is what my space looks like, and it goes towards the back. But
wow, it's huge.
yeah, it's 10 by 15, and see, I started stacking the boxes up
Yeah.
because they were everywhere. Because I want to go to the other, thank goodness, on the same floor, the other locker. Um, oops, the other locker. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other locker, and move that into here. Hopefully, I think it will all fit, and then save
Oh,
like,
you have two lockers.
yeah, 350 a month ish. Yeah, because it didn't fit because when they stacked it, they went horizontally, not up. So I'm trying to get everything up vertically.
Yeah,
So that will just basically like, yeah, I went all the way up and
that's
then all the
good.
boxes. So I'm going to try to get that all together and just amalgamate, marry the two.
That's a good
So
idea.
yeah. Hi, Jasmine. How you doing?
I'm not too bad, Dale.
Back to work or back to school? More work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Super exciting.
Okay. So who wants to start?
I haven't read everything you sent, but
Yeah.
some things seem good and some things seem
Yeah.
frustrating.
So, where do I start? So I sent off a list of the top sponsor companies, and it
Great,
crossed
awesome.
out
I
a
saw that.
couple kind of thing. I'm just, I have to find a new place to live. Um, it's just this. He's getting old and senile, I think personally, but he's going through a hard time being Christmas. I think because lost his partner 10 years ago, never celebrated, and it was a big thing for him. But just there was stupid tension. I think it's stupid, but and then I was wondering, well, I guess maybe I think there's a way that if I get a place to live, I can also use that as my office towards taxes and stuff, I guess. I remember taking a class, there was something, so I have to look into that. So I thought, oh, that's a good thing. I went to a bank this morning, and of course, you have to wait for them to call you to make the appointment. So I said it's kind of urgent, and I was hoping that maybe they would call sometime today to say come in when, because I want to get the Canadian Small Business Financial uh, line of credit going. Because I got a bill already. So I'm supposed to pay half of the deposit, like 10,000 for the container, but I'm hoping she'll, just wait a bit for me.
So the Canadian small business, is this the one where you're going to leverage the other piece of money?
This is the government loan for small businesses. You put in 20% and then they'll put in the other 80. So by using that line of credit, like 6,000, they'll give me the 2,400, the 24,000. So I'll have 30,000 total.
Yeah, that's what I meant by leverage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah. Um,
Because then you'll
but
have 10 for her
there's,
and then
there's,
money for food.
yeah, that I'm not worried. I have about, it's just finding a place to live and stay right now. The,
Is it
what
really
was
that bad?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't talked to him. I've actually left in the morning. Like he goes to work at 6, and then by the time he comes back, I leave. And then I've been coming here every night till 10 p.m. trying to organize. So it's a good thing that I have this to do. And today he was off. He wasn't working. I was shocked. I got up and he was there. And I was like, oh, and I just got my stuff and I left, kind of thing. No hi or anything to each other. I don't know.
Why don't you have like a sit down?
I tried to have a talk with him like that day that we had this kind of argument, and he just kept walking away. And I thought, "Ugh, I can't deal with this. Then maybe it will happen, but I'm going to let him approach me first because I haven't done anything wrong. So I tried to explain to him certain things, and he still hasn't told me the bills and how much I owe. And I keep asking him, and I've asked him for months. So
Maybe he
I,
feels uncomfortable making you pay.
well, no, I told him, I said, the only rule, and if I'm going to be staying here, is I pay half the bills and I give you rent money. And I think it's like he doesn't want to take my money because he's
That's
fine
what
and
I
established. But the
that's what I
rent bill,
just said. Yeah.
the hydro bill went up, and he's a little upset about that. But I I'm like, don't know what to say about that. I said, so look, take the rent or take the bill from last year and subtract it from this year, and then I'll just pay the difference. So,
Why don't if you really want to pay it, why don't you just call up the hydro company and tell and ask them for that number and then you just pay them directly yourself?
um, because you need all your information, like what's your birth date and stuff like that when you call and ask.
No, just say you're a friend who's moved in with him and just say, I want to pay the
Yeah,
bill.
well, don't worry about that. There's other important things really to deal with. I have a job interview on Wednesday.
That's good.
Yeah, for Pigeon.
For what?
Pigeon, it's called.
What is it?
It's an Asian French restaurant. I've been to it years ago. It was Michelin star rated. I didn't know where I was working now, but I don't think I'm going to be working there anymore. Um, it was number 33 on the top 100 restaurants in Canada. I was like, really? I said, well, not on the we treat our staff well list. Um, so I got a text message from the GM, the new GM, Mark, saying your next shift is 3 o'clock on Wednesday. And that was it. And I said, thanks, Mark. I said, just the one shift for the week? And he goes, for now, during the slow season, it's a work in progress. I'm like, bullshit. And I'm thinking to myself, and I said, well, uh, I said something like, will you be sending out the schedule soon? And he never replied. So
Yeah,
that was on.
yeah,
Did I
you
tell you
told
this?
us. Yeah.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
And then you
So
asked this other girl and she got the full schedule.
yeah, then we chatted, her and I, and where did I go? And had a good talk. And she actually revealed a few other things about like bullying, harassment. She told me what was said about me. One of the girls, kind of thing. Like the new person that started Tim on the very first day, her first thing out of her mouth was Tim was like, "Yeah, we have this guy," and she's talking about me. But Karen, the owner, she's getting in on it too, and like talking about me and stuff. So I haven't said anything, but I went back to employment standards. Did I tell you? And I told them, and they said you're going to now fill out this paper, but we won't be talking anymore because that paper will be sent immediately to the lawyers. So the
Yeah.
lawyers are involved. Yeah. Okay. So then I'm just looking it up here. So oh, there it is. So Alana, the girl that I like, she sent me a copy of the schedule. I'm like, yep, there it is. And it's only one shift for me, and it is um on 3 o'clock on Wednesday. Well, there is no 3 o'clock start time. It's always been 3:30 and 4:30. And I thought, well, okay, what they're going to do is they're going to be having me in for a meeting. It'll be hilarious. Like I'm going to record it, but they have nothing on me. I've done the job. They've never disciplined me or anything. So it'll be interesting to hear. But the thing is, on Friday, I got this invite for the interview, and they said, "Can you make it Wednesday at 2:30?" And I just went, I sure can." So I still hadn't gotten the schedule yet. So I sent Mark. I said, "Oh, will you be sending a schedule if when completed?" And he didn't respond. So I sent Friday, like 5 days later. I said, "Well, phew, good thing the schedules are not sent out yet, as I haven't received mine or heard back from you with my last question I texted you on Sunday, I guess. Just wanted to let you know that I have an appointment Wednesday at 2:30 that I cannot miss. Of course, I can attend my one shift after, though, seeing that I have been scheduled since the start of working there for Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays with start times at 3:30 or 4 p.m. Never heard of a 3 p.m. start before. Well, new year, new start times, I guess. I'll wait for the schedules to be sent out to everyone. Glad I got to tell you this before you sent them out to everyone. Have a great day and Happy New Year. By the way, Mark, I haven't heard back. That was Friday. So, are you there?
Yep,
Oh, you heard
just
it. Okay.
yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm so over that place. So yeah, the guy at BC, WorkSafe BC said the lawyers will take over. They're going to ask you, and what do you want? And basically, they'll say you can also get this, and that. And so yeah, so moving on from there. And what was the other thing? I guess that was it, really.
Stuff about the lawyers and the police.
Oh yeah. Well, you know about that, and I told Jasmine too. So I'm really upset with like the police or this justice system if this is the way it is, because they said yeah it was fraud, but then the only reason why they're not going to the criminal court is the defense will ask, well, if he is, if you're claiming he did the fraud, prove it.
Right,
And
but
I
you have the proof.
I think so too. And
So,
I even sent, and he said I can't even find him. I said, what do you mean you can't find him? I said looked up his address. He's not even there. And I'm thinking that's doesn't sound right. And so I thought, a couple of next day or whatever, I sent the email. I said, oh well, here's the lawyers. I said the lawyers. Well, I didn't give him the lawyers, but I can. I said here, whatever I said. But then I thought, oh well, we know who his lawyer is, so we can get the police to go through the lawyer. So I'm just wondering if it's because the police and with statute of limitations that they just don't want to deal with this because it's obviously not a big thing for them, but it is for me. So I talked to Iman and he was looking into a few things. He was going to get back to me, and he sent Jeffrey an email. I don't know if you just got that. Did you get the email?
I saw it, didn't look at it yet.
Yeah, and so I wrote a letter to everybody, and I included Jeffrey and Thomas just to let them know what's going on. And um, where is it right here? Well, here Iman actually sent one at 4:19. I think it was yesterday. Hi, Jeffrey. We're wondering if it is possible just to pursue a criminal trial with the police and civil trial with your firm at the same time, or would have to pick one another? Well, why did he ask that? We already knew that. Oh, I told you about the defense. The officer said also to try to look him up, and he couldn't find him. Where did I put it? But anyways, I said, but he did respond to the first claim, so the lawyer knows where he is. And then Jeffrey today, I guess at 4:10 p.m., he goes, hi Dale, if you wish to have us to continue prosecuting your civil claim, as discussed, please provide us with a $10,000 retainer so we can get rolling. Kind regards, Jeffrey. So, okay, I see. So Iman was on it at the same time, and basically he sent them email, and then I sent one after, but Jeffrey responded after Iman's. Um, what was there? So I just asked, like, I know at our last meeting, Don, you asked, well, now that Dale has the actual fraud and has the evidence and stuff like that, will the statute of limitations reset? And I believe I heard Jeffrey say, well, we'll look into that because he didn't have an answer, right?
Right, but once we pay him, he'll look into it.
And that's what I said. So now I have to pay to get the answer. I mean, because
But it's a
Roy,
pretty good case that it probably would. Like what he basically said that night, whatever was, or the day, whatever,
yeah,
your day, my night,
yeah,
um, was you originally approached these lawyers with one way to go after these guys. By the time they finish brainstorming, I have a piece of paper written somewhere which has 4 to 6 different ways to go after these guys, some of which have nothing to do with the statute of limitations.
okay,
So that's kind of like a box waiting for us to open it.
Okay.
And if you get the container market going and you get some money, you'll have the money to hire them.
And I sent that. That was my last email to Jeffrey. I just said, just to let you know, this is what happened last week. This is where I'm going with it. So by May, it should be no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
So I
same
guess we
thing
just,
with the police. The police,
yeah.
sort of like, I'll just give you an example, my
Yeah.
personal life.
Yeah.
Like, interns and people in the team send me something all the time. The person who yells the loudest or screams the most probably gets my attention and I do their stuff the first, right? That doesn't mean I don't care about everybody else. That doesn't mean that everybody else's requests aren't valid. It
Mhm.
just, there's only so many hours in the day and I fall down sometime and I'm not, perfect on everything that I should get done. So as a police officer, sergeant, whatever he is, this guy, the detective, he's looking at this versus other things that are on his list. And if he tells you no, he hasn't lost anything because if you go away, then now you're off his list. Right? So to a certain extent, the message I sent back to you was about kind of building on something you said is get Iman to figure out how you,
Can
present
appeal
this.
his decision.
Yeah. And I don't know that appeal is the right word, but yeah,
Yeah.
the concept of,
Yeah.
how do we push more, right?
Because they told me, yes, it is fraud. But they said it's very hard to prove fraud, the police officer said.
Yeah. But to a certain extent, do you really care if you win or lose? Or just to go through the process?
Well, I do care. I hope I win. That's the number one.
Right. Right. But like, it's sort of like,
And then he told me also, he said you'll have probably a better chance in the civil court because the rules are more lax. I'm like, what do you mean? Isn't like the laws the laws? Like, what do you mean the
no,
rule?
no,
So that's what I'm thinking. And I was like, it's kind of strange. But he said you'll probably get less money. And I'm like, oh, why should I settle for less money
less money where in the criminal.
in the civil?
Yeah. But he doesn't really know. And we
Yeah.
don't really know,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I thought too.
It's sort of like, do you when I first moved to Toronto, people told me that I would get a ticket for jaywalking, right?
Hmm.
Now
They have
there's
the crosswalks like
well, but now they
right
have
there.
so much worse crime that I'm sure nobody would give anybody a ticket for
Right.
jaywalking.
Right.
But when I first moved there, it was Toronto the good.
Right.
Now it's the Toronto the I'm worried about being killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
So
I get it.
things, change and like
The priorities have
yeah.
changed.
And also just like if you don't care, then they're not going to care.
Yeah.
So I know that that makes it difficult in
No,
life, but
I totally understand that, and I look at it as well. I pay my taxes. That's your paycheck, so get to work for me. Is what I'm thinking.
no, but they have like I said in my example, they have a million things on their plate.
Hmm.
So if you want it to happen, we're here to support you and we're
Yeah.
here to help you,
Yeah.
but we have to figure it out ourselves,
How do we get them to go to? Yeah.
you know, because unless it's, unless their boss says, do this, then they're going to,
They're not. Yeah, I guess so. I see. I don't know how the police association works. Like I was shocked that he was the one that made the decision. It didn't come from someone above, or
maybe it
that.
did,
Yeah.
or maybe it didn't,
So what do you
but,
think I should do then? Should I
well,
try to go above him and ask somebody at
get,
the police?
how about, does Iman do the research and figure out what we can do?
I'm waiting to hear back from him.
Okay. So remind him that you're waiting to hear back from him.
Yeah.
And, in the meantime, call up this policeman and say, hey, I, disagree with what you said. And meaning, or maybe not disagree, but I know we can accuse him and find him guilty of fraud.
Yeah.
It's like very black and white, really.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's like, look, this is the date on this thing and it's
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. And he's responsible for giving me the paper, which he did. So I don't care if he actually did it or his daughter did it. He gave it to me and I paid him for that. And basically now it's stealing because he just gave me a blank piece of paper that means or a piece of paper that means nothing, but he has my $1,400 for it. So see, I didn't know like that. There's criminal court and then there's civil court.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known it either if I hadn't known about O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so that's how I feel. Like I'm thinking that they're like, okay, this is um bothersome that we have more important things to work on.
But
Well,
it is bothersome and they have more important things to work on. But that doesn't mean that you don't care and you shouldn't pursue it.
yeah, no, I want to. Yeah, it's bothered me because I'm thinking, why am I getting screwed over again? Really?
But I don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's not like, oh, they look at Dale and then they say no. They're like, okay, I have this
No, I didn't say. Yeah.
mafia guy who's like whatever,
No, I
whatever. I'm gonna
know.
go after him instead.
No, it's just like every time it's like seems like I get the shit stick kind of thing. But
No, but
all
look at
right,
but let's flip that for a moment. You just worked at a really great restaurant, number 33, whatever, and you'll have that on your resume. You are been told by this woman that you're the only food place that you're going to be in. You have had a whole intern team working for you. You
no, I
had,
know that, and I've said that.
even your roommate, like just giving you personal family examples. Sometimes if we just walk up to somebody and say, you know what, I'm really sorry, no matter what, I just want to have a good relationship with you. Like, just apologize to him. You don't
That's the
really,
don't know what I should be apologizing
it
for.
doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. He's hurting right now. He's hurting because of Christmas. And
Well, that's what I think. He says no, but anyways,
yeah, but
let's not.
it doesn't matter. Just,
Yeah.
you don't
Okay,
need to move right now. You
I
just
know
need
that.
to have a stable place. And he cares about you, but in some way he's feeling, not necessarily because of you, but he's feeling hurt, right?
I think so, but he could say no. But
But
guess he doesn't so much.
you don't have to name it. You just have to say, look, I'm really sorry. I want us to have a good, positive relationship. What can I do to fix it? And he might say nothing.
Yeah.
And you might say, okay, do you want to go to a movie together?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Whatever it
Okay, but
is, but whatever
listen,
it is.
let's move on and get. I'll deal with that. That's separate. This is more important for me personally right now. I thank you for that. Truly, you know that.
Yeah, but it's
Just,
all important because it's all is the
I
negative
hear.
ener
I know.
is the
I know.
negative energy or is it
Yeah,
positive
I know.
energy?
I just
Uh,
don't want to
uh,
deal with it right at the moment
yeah.
because I'm trying to maybe find a place to live, but then I'm trying to get to the bank, but I'm
Oh
trying
no.
to get to the other bank to get this, and then I got the list out. That's good, but I just finished doing a free business plan because you know what? I realized today they're probably going to ask for a business plan if I'm going to want that money. So I'm trying to do it online. Um, yeah,
But we've
I,
done business plans for you, right?
yeah,
And
but
you,
don't
other
I need
people,
a business plan for the container? It's completely different. I don't have the silverware and or all
right,
that stuff. So I have to change numbers around, that financial numbers. So it's not
right,
a restaurant. It's just a little thing that takeout. So
right.
I
But
was
it's sort of like the one we did for the two grants. Do you have those documents on
for
the
the what?
grants? Remember
Oh,
the digital adoption grant and there was another grant?
we did financial numbers?
Yes, because I
Do I
reviewed
remember
them.
that?
Maybe
Jasmine. That was in Jasmine's project.
No,
it
I
was
didn't do
Rebecca,
the financial side, no.
Yeah,
and
who?
Sophia.
Sophia. Okay.
So look in your email. You
Yeah.
have a lot
It's
of it done already.
there's so much. I can't keep it all straight.
I know it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. In the WhatsApp.
Could be in the WhatsApp, it could be in the Dropbox, it could be in your email.
I think it's in the Dropbox.
Okay. Oh yeah, the Dropbox. Okay. Uh, okay. I'll look it up.
So are we ready to start reaching out and making pitches to places?
Jasmine, how are you feeling?
For the pitch deck, there was some things that, like for example, like you were mentioning, Dale, like the financial projections and stuff like that. Like I think they were more catered to the
The restaurant
restaurant rather than like
or
the container
catering?
market.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the catering. We changed it to catering
Yeah,
because I specifically worked on those numbers
yeah,
because the original numbers included alcohol
yeah,
yeah.
and
And
the new
there's
numbers
no
don't
alcohol.
have any alcohol in them.
yeah, and so I know our last meeting, Dale, we looked at the, sorry, let me just find it here.
I think,
We looked at the financial ask, I guess, and altogether it was 60,000, and the 40,000 of that 60,000 was like to recover from
right.
everything. And I know you wanted to ask Dawn if we should include that or not in the financial ask for grants or investors.
Like to ask for the $40,000 that I'm in debt to be paid off from the last experience, right?
Yeah, if we should include it in like the financial ask.
Yeah, because if you're going for investors and or sponsorship, that's I was told like years ago, where like they don't want to know about the bad stuff.
Right.
So what do you
Yeah.
think, Don?
Yeah, it's not necessary because
Uh, uh,
your
yeah, and
profit's
money.
going to cover that.
You're right. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so we'll not include that.
No,
Yeah. No.
Okay. So if we remove the 40,000 for recovery, the financial ask would be
20.
20,000 for the line of credit. That's just what I had in the document. It said
The 20,000,
20,000.
yeah, it would be like that's. Wait a second.
That's not enough to cover the deposit on the place. Like, do you have to pay a monthly rental fee as well?
I pay it the half of it now, and then half of it I can't remember what it said in the contract.
I thought it was
Uh,
10 and 10.
yeah, 10 and 10. So 10
So,
now and then 10 for later.
right. So 20 isn't enough because 20 doesn't
Yeah,
buy you any food,
right.
doesn't buy you any marketing, doesn't buy you any like
Well, they do the
napkins.
marketing. They do all the advertising and marketing for the,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't buy you like napkins and
No,
boxes
no,
and things like that.
no.
So,
I was thinking like 3,000 for that. I actually have some boxes I came across, actually takeout boxes, whole box of big boxes. Thank goodness. So that will get me started.
Hmm. Okay.
and staff, you need staff.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
can
So
so
you,
you're
we,
thinking about labor costs.
yeah, you can't
Yeah.
do this all yourself.
No, I know.
One of our other interns, he's a line cook at the Cactus Club.
Okay.
His name is Pratik. So I said, "Oh, I have to introduce you to Dale. Maybe you could help with the container market."
Did you go to school for this or just they
No,
started there? Yeah.
well,
And
no,
you,
he goes to school for data analytics.
okay. And what would you want him to help with?
He could be one of your workers at the container.
He's here in Vancouver?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it
yeah.
was like back in
Sorry.
Toronto you're talking
No, no,
about.
no,
Oh
no,
my
no, no,
gosh.
no, no, no. He's in Vancouver.
Yeah. No, he's more than welcome to come by if he's looking for a second job, or we'll have a chat for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
so when
yeah.
we do the financial ask, are we going to kind of come up with a new number?
Yeah. We should pull out the other stuff, Dale, if you
Yeah.
can find it.
And I'm
And
looking and it says, yeah, there's nothing. I have the government grants and funding program for restaurants, small business. Wasn't that you, Jasmine?
Sorry, say that again.
The government grants and funding program for restaurants, small businesses. It says Canada Small Business Financial Program 2 is get granted 3 was, remember, that was you, wasn't it?
I looked at so many grants, I
Yeah.
honestly can't remember.
This was the list of all that was available and wanted me to pick some hiring stuff.
Okay.
Okay. But anyways, and so it was in the Dropbox. I'm in this Dropbox, but there's nothing else. Get started with Dropbox. Get started with Dropbox PDF. So I'm gonna have to search my phone. I'm sure it's somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when we do the financial ask, should we do a breakdown of what those costs would go to, like labor
I would
costs, or
think
we just
I
ask like a general?
Yes, it
I was
should
th
be broken down. Yeah.
yeah, I was actually thinking about that this afternoon.
Okay. Mm,
Where is it?
okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll come up with a new number, so I have to change that. Um, and then in terms of the financial projections, I'm pretty sure I just did a quick run through with ChatGPT for that. And it did mention the break even point would be the first 18 months. And Dale, you said that it's probably going to be earlier than that.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to maybe like find someone that could do a more accurate financial projection rather than using ChatGPT, or
I
how
can
should
do
we
it.
go about that?
Well, I
Okay.
was just yeah, you can like I was just gonna like I went on to do look for a template on here and then I came across a business plan, so I just started doing it when I was coming down here. But I was gonna look for a financial template and just try to approximate numbers,
It was really
labor and cost.
simple in what we did before for this one grant. I thought it was Sophie, but I can't remember her last name. I'm not sure if I have the right. I think this is the right Sophie. I'm just trying to think if maybe I sent it to her by
Camera
WhatsApp.
manage passwords connect. No, like why can't I find files? Why does it have a nine next to my name? And I go to press it and then it won't open. Okay, tap. Okay, these are just your security codes. Okay, Wonder Dropbox. I guess I didn't get it on my Dropbox
It would it
drive.
would be in the laboratory
Yeah,
Dropbox.
that's the only one I have.
Mm.
But anyways, I'll start searching for that and fingers crossed.
Yeah. What were you looking for specifically, Dale? Was it the grant application or the business plan?
The business plan financials.
Plan financials. I know Dawn sent me the business plan, like the overall business plan. It should have the financials in it. I could
That
probably find it and send it to you directly rather than you looking through the Dropbox.
that's the new one, Don, for like the catering.
Yeah,
Mm,
Not the one I gave you, like the restaurant.
no, it's the
No.
new one. Yeah.
yeah, the one Sophie did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you sent that to me, Dawn, via email, so I can just download it and send it to Dale directly.
Sure, that'd be great. I think I also might have found it in
In WhatsApp.
yeah.
No, not that one.
But yeah, it's Jasmine, download what I sent you to in case
Mhm.
you have the more recent version.
Okay.
Show results, search mail. Hmm. Financials. No. Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, this is the Sophie one. I'm gonna send it to you, Jasmine, as well.
Okay.
I'll look at it. Okay, the business plan, menu, that's changing. Target or profit margins, cost of goods, 3-year finance plan. I've never seen this. Why haven't I seen this?
So I think we just sent it in for you.
Oh, okay. Cute. Wow.
Yeah, this is the one I worked on.
Rent, utilities, insurance. Okay. Profit margins.
Yeah, so take this one and change it from this one.
So 70,000 for 2024 and 2025.
Yeah, I made them
That was for
low.
catering, right?
Yeah,
So that would be for 2025, 2026.
but you'll
Well,
probably do more than that for here.
yeah. And basically what we're doing is catering just out of a container, right? So
Right.
really,
Yeah.
so these numbers should be okay.
Yeah. But there'll be more than this
But
because,
so we would put that projections are at the lowest numbers, right?
but based upon the traffic, has she given you traffic numbers?
Which
It
said eighteen
was,
hundred a day.
yeah.
Okay, so 1,800 a day. Let's say that
So these revenue
1,800
projections,
days. Let's say
yeah,
2% of people bought from you.
right.
That's 36 people. How much is an average meal?
I was thinking probably
Uh,
around 22, 23. And I
we
could probably,
said 25 to 30.
oh, is that what it was?
I
Yeah.
did like a
Okay.
revenue model.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mhm.
$25 times 36 people is $900 a day
And
times,
that's 2%.
yeah, it's 2%. That's 30 days a month. It's $27,000. How many months? 6 months?
8.
Times 8. So $216,000. And what I put in there was 70,000. Because you're gonna have to do your own marketing and you're gonna have to, here you have a captive audience. So at 2% of the people who come through the market, you could make almost $250,000.
Jasmine, you thinking about changing now your school programs?
No, that when you put it that way, Don, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty accurate to the revenue model that I
Okay.
already had. So I put the average spend per customer was 25 to 30. And then I said that we were aiming to get 30 to 50 orders daily. So,
Yeah, 2% is 36.
yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay.
So it's
Jasmine, are you going to redo
okay.
those numbers? I'm sorry.
Um, those ones are pretty accurate. With the
Yeah.
revenue model, I can kind of total the price per meal times how many customers you're expected to get to put
Yeah.
it into perspective. So I
Okay.
can add that. Another thing I have in the revenue model is how we will make money. And Dale, I know that you mentioned like Uber Eats and Skip the
Right.
Dishes, and I know Dawn
No,
said don't mention that, so I just want to
O-
confirm.
you're gonna
Okay.
make money because you're not gonna sell these. You have a profit margin in each thing you sell, right? So it doesn't cost you $25 to give a $25 meal, does it?
No.
Right? So how much would it cost you to produce one of these meals?
What are you saying that I'm paying a portion to Uber Eats and all that stuff?
No, no, no.
That
Like when you have a $25 meal,
hmm
and meaning someone's gonna pay $25 for it,
right.
right? Okay.
Let's
What's
say
the
that, and then the cost of that was for 10. It was $10, so I'm making 15.
right? So then if I just take the same $216,000, um, basically it's at what, 15 over 25. So 60% is your profit margin. So you're going to make in profit $129,600
For how
over
long?
over 8 months. Divided by 8,
Hmm.
it's $16,200 a month. But by day, it's 30 days a month. It's $540 a day
And that's not close to,
profit.
yeah, profit. Okay.
Okay.
All
I
right.
have the net profit. I added the net profit margin as 22.5%. So should we change the profit margin?
Well, he probably was just talking about the cost of the food. So yeah, you should subtract out the wages and the rent and the other stuff. So yeah, you could say that 40% or 38.5% is all the other expenses. And so the resulting profit margin is 22.5.
Okay, cool. I'll be sure to add that. Yeah, the financial projections was something I was having a little bit of trouble with just because I'm not too familiar.
Right.
So startup costs of everything. Should we mention that? And if so,
Yeah, I'd say $50,000 because
okay,
you need
50,000.
20 for the rent you need probably another 15 for the food, and you probably need another 15 for labor, right? Because you have to pay the people before you're kind of making the money.
Yes.
So, because you don't want to go it like when someone's going to invest in you, if you said, "Oh, I only need $500,"
Yeah.
that's like, well, then why are you even talking to me? Just like go to your friends and get $500.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if they need to give you $50,000, then a more important person in the company is going to talk to you. If you needed 5 million, the most important person in the company is going to talk to you. So you don't want to be talking to the janitor. You want to be talking to someone who could spend easily $50,000 or more. Um, so you're looking for, so as an example, a sponsor, say,
Yeah.
okay, you can sponsor me for $100,000 is maybe what you'd say. Well, what do I get for $100,000?
Right. And that's the part I'm going
Well, it's
to
really
figure out.
easy. Like, well, how about we
What do you
put,
want?
or like, how about we put everybody who buys a meal gets a flyer about whatever you do?
Oh yeah, that no, that's great. I thought like if I have an investor, what do they get back in return? So like that, if it was like Coho or whatever, obviously whatever they want me to give out, I will. But if I had someone like we're not really going for any but individuals, I guess.
Well, I think if we go for sponsors first, then you don't have
Yeah,
to pay anything back,
yeah, yeah.
right? You don't
And
really,
basically,
if all you need, because you don't really need $50,000 even.
yeah, I don't.
You know, if I had an extra 20, $30,000 laying around, I'd say, okay, I'll give it to you and you're going to give me this back,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not very much money you need.
I know, but right now it seems like it, but I know
Right.
it's not.
But we should be able to get a couple of sponsors or one sponsor. That's why I
Yeah,
said, come up with a list of sponsors so we can go start beating them up. And
yeah,
what we'll say is, we're looking for $100,000. And with $100,000, then they'll say, well, I don't know if I really have $100,000. What could I get for 25? And so this is what they get for 25. And now you have all the money you need, really.
Hmm. So if you think, what do you think if we ask for, we need like 60,000, like less than 100?
Well, let's go for 100 and see what
Yeah.
happens. Because if you got 100, you could buy yourself an office slash place to live if you really wanted to,
Hmm.
and you could not have to worry.
Yeah. Okay.
And you could pay back some of the people that you owe money to, or all the people that you owe money to, and still be able
Have
to,
money.
yeah, still have money to run the business.
Okay. So you want us to pick up the phone and call, or
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
and just say, and then just say my pitch and just how can I talk to somebody? And like, I'm looking for 100 grand to sponsor.
yeah, I'm looking for a number of sponsors to add up to $100,000. Or if it's in your range, you could be the
One
only
sole
sponsor.
provider.
But then you say, okay, let's find a time and then I'll get on the pitch with you.
Okay. All right. That
But
part,
do,
just, yeah.
yeah, but don't over talk
No.
in the phone call.
Yeah.
Like,
Let them do the talking.
this is a unique, one of a kind
Yeah.
opportunity. You've been granted access that no one else is going to get, you
And
know,
daily. Yeah. Okay.
are you looking to get, up to 1,800 people a day in the downtown core, whatever you want to call it, your area, exposed to your brand?
Yeah.
So you can even start with that and say, hi, I'm calling you to see, there's a business opportunity that I have, and I'm looking for some sponsors.
And
Um,
that would also benefit.
and would your company benefit from being exposed to 1,800 people a day
A
for 8
day.
months? Because they don't have to buy.
That was, yeah, that makes
You,
sense
you,
right
you
there.
you can just have a banner up that says, home
This,
hardware, Joe's
yeah.
Home
Oh, yeah.
Hardware.
yeah, on the sign, because we can decorate and do whatever. But I'd be like, this container was sponsored by, hopefully Coco.
Yeah. So most people, if they had a budget to play with, they're going to say, sure, let's talk. $1,800 a day, 1,800 people a day. So you just go like that's 1,800
What would I, and like,
times 30 times 8. So almost 500,000 people over the course of 8 months
right. And
who have money.
would I just offer it for the whole 5 years if I'm there 5 years, or just for a certain time, like a year, or, I mean,
I would limit it to
2 years?
just the first period that it's going to run. Like, why would, maybe if you don't, maybe you're going to do so well that, you know, the sponsorship price would go up the next year. Because
Okay, so do it over the first year
yeah, that's a revenue stream for you,
for
right?
that. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
And for the idea, you can give me 50% of the sponsorship money.
we'll talk.
Anyway,
Don't worry. Yeah, yeah.
but it's a phenomenal opportunity.
It really is. I know. And I know that. I got to try to get excited again. It's just so much on my plate and just my mind. That's all.
But
And and yeah,
if you
I'm
spend
worried. I'm nervous that I'm going to get burned again. That's why.
okay, but
But I got to throw it
you
away.
are going to get burned again. You are. And this time you're going to be smarter and you're going to stop it, or you're going to see it coming because you had that experience.
Mm.
Like,
And it made me stronger, and I'm growing.
right,
And
right, 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 right. And you're going to have money to sue these effers,
yeah, hopefully
right? So,
limitations, whatever. Yeah.
like, this is such a gift in your hands.
I know. I know.
And that's why I keep trying to say, put positive karma out there because you need that positive karma coming back because this
I
is your
used.
chance at huge success,
I
right? For
know.
5 years, 5 years. Fuck, are you kidding me?
No, I know. And I've always been a positive person, but I've just never been so burnt where I've lost
Yeah, but
everything.
right, but this is the phoenix rising,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. Go back to where you live and just say, I'm sorry. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And, in
Yeah.
my own way, I love you dearly.
I have
And
even said that. So,
yeah. And then just live it. Just bring him home a gift, right?
yeah,
Like maybe it's a brownie. He loves brownies. Just,
I've given him gifts.
yeah. But just, be
Okay.
there for him while he's suffering because
Okay.
he's suffering.
What else do we need?
We just need you to get on the phone because if you spend tomorrow on the phone, I guarantee you'll have 2 to 3 appointments for you and I.
Okay. I also got to learn about sake in the same meantime.
Like what?
Sake.
Oh, for that job interview?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to get that job interview because you're going to get money.
Okay.
You will
All right.
get the job interview and they'll hire you, but gonna, if you instead put your effort towards making these phone calls tomorrow, I mean, what is it, 7:42? You could even leave 2 messages tonight and
Yeah.
say, I've had such a busy day, but I really wanted to leave you a message. I'll call you again in the morning, but here's the message.
Okay. I hear you. I'll set some time tomorrow aside, along with the 5,000 other things I'm doing.
This is the
But
only thing that
I know
matters.
I should be doing. I know. I know what you're gonna say before you say it.
Then just do it.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. Then you know what? You know what I'm doing? I'm cutting this call off because I gotta go.
Okay.
Do you
Report
need
at the end of the day how many calls you've made.
today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
Oh,
report,
okay.
send it to
All
me
right.
and Jasmine how many calls you made tomorrow.
Okay. I see. Eyes. Bye, Jasmine. It's a good thing you have your camera off the whole time.
She's going,
No, never.
Yeah, and Jasmine, again, if there's anything, just send me a message. Don,
Of
what's the best
course.
way to get a hold of you? Like, is it a messenger or like message or like on WhatsApp or like?
text message is fastest.
Okay, good. I'll remember that from now on. Perfect.
Yeah.
Where are
Or
you?
if you really need me, you could call me and then just hang up and then say, read the message, whatever.
I'll come and get you. I'll take a plane somewhere and grab you and bring you back. How's that?
Okay.
Are you
Yeah.
still down south?
Yeah.
Good for you. Okay, good for you. Okay, go eat. Talk to you later.
I
All
don't need to
right.
eat. You need to eat.
Good for you.
Okay.
Okay,
Good night.
talk-
All
Bye.
right. Bye, everyone. Take
bye.
care.
Thanks, Jasmine.